Hello, and welcome to another episode of Automate Office Work. I'm your host, Justin. Today's episode is Start Where You Are with Arshita Anand. So I have a guest today. Arshita, welcome. Tell us
Hi,
about
hi
yourself,
Justin.
please. Hi.
Hi Justin. Thank you so much for hosting me here. I'm Arshita. I'm from India, and I originally belong from Bihar, Patna, which is like one of the very marginalized states of India. But I took law as my undergraduate course. I began shaping my career in it, and right now I'm working as the founder of Workwill. Workwill is India's first multilingual legal information site because we believe that India is a country that has like many diverse languages, right? So like the number of languages you see here are like probably 120 plus, but all the legal information that is present in India currently is either in English, which is like the 90% chunk of it, or in Hindi, which is like the 5 to 10, 5 to 8% chunk of it. And all of this legal information is available only in these two languages. So we decided that there is a huge gap in the market, and we also thought that probably justice and legal information is one thing that should be accessible to each and every person, despite the fact that they might not be educated enough or might not know Hindi or English enough. So that is why we started Workwill, which as I said was is the legal information site in diverse languages, and that is how we are trying to bridge the gap.
Interesting. So is it like a nonprofit, and then you are there to help, I don't know, all the government agencies and the law firms to be multilingual?
Not currently. We are planning to do so. In terms of like making it accessible to the people, it is non-profit, yes. We provide all the legal info. This is entirely non-profit, and we just try to provide all the legal information that we can in different blog channels and in different languages, so that people who do not know English or do not know Hindi, even they can go ahead and search on online and find all the information that they need in their native languages. But in terms of revenue, we are expanding into like different domains. So like for example, we are trying to build we are currently in process of building courses. We are building we do provide the legal consultation. We work with startups, we work with founders in their legal processes and their legal problems, and that is how we are generating revenue for Workwell. But
Ah,
this information site is entirely non-profit.
okay. Okay. So what I'm hearing then, it's kind of like a linguistics kind of a service, and you're bringing awareness of this issue to the legal service providers to let them know, for you to reach a bigger market, you might want to think about providing your services in these other languages. Okay.
We are. Although, so if we are not thinking about monetary terms here, because the fact is that if you're going to get into regional languages is a market where there is no money. So all of this is very altruistic and very non-profit thing. Because regional markets are the like if we are catering to people who are speaking only regional languages, they are probably the people who are not going to buy services from you. It's
Mm,
something that we do out of our own will, because it's something I believe that personally law and like legal and justice should be accessible to all. So that is why we started it, but we are trying
okay.
to diversify it into like other revenue generating
Mm.
processes.
I could see you expanding this in a different direction as well, and that would be like reaching out directly to these people and offering them not just like a linguistics course, but call it more like legal literacy. And you teach them the idea of like, this is what a law is, this is what a contract is, these are your rights in India. So you see, like, you could really go directly to the people who you're trying to make an impact on.
I mean, we could, and we are trying to do that as well. But then again, these are the people who are like in the very bottom part of
Mm,
the entire Indian population that we are seeing in terms of like their spending capacity. So usually what has happened is that India is a country where Hindi is spoken majorly, right? So that becomes a national language, and English is a language that is spoken by most of the educated people. So other part of India who do not know either of these languages, or they are the people who probably would not be into buying a service because they do not have the capacity to do so. So we are not trying to market ourselves to them, but we are trying to promote legal awareness in terms of like very in terms of like in terms of blogs as well, so that they can learn about it. But then if you're going to market to people who are going to buy services from us, then it comes through courses and it comes through legal consultation, all of which is present in Workwill currently.
Okay. Hmm.
We majorly cater
I
to international firms as of now, though.
hmm. I've talked with other people who I've brought on, and they're doing things that are a little similar. I've talked with one lawyer. She moved from England to South America, and she is serving the tribes in the Amazon rainforest. And
Oh,
to
wow.
me, it sounds similar that you're trying to reach a market that is not having access to
Hmm.
justice. They don't have the spending power, but what they do have is numbers. She said
Hmm.
that the way that she brought her justice to these tribes in the rainforest was she created an app, and she said these tribes, everybody has a cell phone. They all have cell phones, even though they might not speak
Hmm.
the predominant language. They all have cell phones, and she made an app for them, and she said whenever you see somebody destroying your rainforest, like mining or illegally cutting down the forest, she said take this app on your phone, take pictures, take testimony, any evidence that you can, and you submit, and it all goes to her. And now she has like 10,000 people that are providing evidence to her. And what she then does is she makes a case, and she goes to The Hague in the Netherlands, and she creates an international criminal court case against a mining company or a logging company. And then it's not the tribes that are paying for her service. She's getting huge $1 million fines at the international level against these huge corporations. So she found a way to do it. So I'm thinking you could find something similar.
This sounds like a great plan, but then if you're talking about her, how does the
Mhm.
revenue then work in her case? Because I'm assuming the fine is going to be submitted to the government, right? It's not going to be
Mhm.
submitted to her.
I assume that she gets a portion of the fine because
Hmm.
she brings all the evidence and prosecutes it.
Makes sense, makes sense. I think we could probably look into that direction, but as far
Yep.
as I know, like the amount of compensation that you get, you cannot take in Indian law, you cannot take a part of that compensation as your fees. Your fees is
Ah,
separate from that compensation. So probably that's not the way we can go ahead in India. But we'll figure something out probably. I do not want to turn this into monetary,
okay.
specifically when we are catering to like marginalized people. So we have other revenue streams for Workwill in terms of like courses and all. But yeah, we are trying to do our best here.
Okay. So tell me how you're dealing with technology then, because we're talking about, I believe we're talking about how to apply AI and how to start with where you are.
Hmm.
So
Sure, sure. Let's
what
get
tools
started
you're
then.
using? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I have actually made a list. I'll explain them one by one.
Okay.
I'm assuming a lot of people who have joined us through LinkedIn as well. How many people are there? I cannot see right now because the portal is different for me.
For me, it says that we have 80 people who have signed up, and we have 8 people that are live right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. Cool. So the first tool that I'm going to be discussing today is Whisper. Whisper is one of those AI tools. Since a lot of my work requires me to do a lot of prompting in the AI tools, right? So at one point, I decided that all of this is becoming very redundant for me to type it again and again. It usually when you want a very good response from AI, the kind of prompt that you give the AI tool is extremely big, right? So it became a hassle for me to type it again and again and again. So I discovered a tool which was called Whisper, and basically it is a microphone tool, or like a speech to text tool, but then it is integrated in all of your all the softwares or all the applications that are using, where there is a text box. So wherever you want to type in some text, or like send a message, or like send a prompt, you can very well just go ahead and speak that out, and then get it converted into text, and get it converted into a prompt. I'll show you a demo of this. Can I
Okay.
share screen here?
Yes. Let's
Perfect.
see. Okay, so I got us to be small. Do you have a way to, do you have a screen with a plus sign at the
Yeah,
bottom?
I do.
Okay. And then I have
I
to
do.
add your screen.
Just
Aha, I see your screen and I have added you. Okay. It looks like you're sharing the screen that you're viewing us on. So we have like infinite zoom.
infinity with it. No worries. I'll just quickly share what Whisper is and like how it is spelled. Just let me know if you are able to see this.
I see it. I see Whisper, Wispr.
Yes. So this is the tool that I was talking about. Since I've already downloaded it, so I cannot install it again. But I'll show what it does. Um, hmm, let's go. Just a second. I will quickly open ChatGPT here. I'll go in chat. Yeah. Okay. So the way it works here is, again, ChatGPT already has an inbuilt feature of like text to speech, but had it been some other place, like let's say Gemini or Claude even, you could use it here. The way it works is that I press Control and Windows button simultaneously while I'm speaking, and then it will start converting everything to from my speech to text. So like for example, if I am drafting a SaaS agreement, which is software as a service agreement, I'll just quickly go ahead and say draft a detailed software as a service agreement between um, Wakil and Justin, uh, in you as a US based customer. The agreement should clearly define scope of service, service level commitments, fees and payment terms, data ownership, privacy. It should also include intellectual property, state all the IP rights in the software, and it should also include confidentiality, terms, termination, liability, indemnity, and governing law and dispute resolution. And I hit send. Let's see if it takes it up. Oh, this is
Hope it
weird.
works.
This is not supposed to
Uh,
work this
you'll
way.
have to,
Just a second.
I'm seeing some speech down at the bottom.
Hmm. Hmm. Draft
Maybe
a detailed software as a service agreement.
there we
Okay,
go.
here we go. Just a second. Uh, Draft a detailed software as a service agreement between Justin and Wakvil. The agreement should define scope of services, service level commitments, and fees and payment terms. Let's see if this works. Okay, perfect. So you get the gist, right? I'm able to
Uh-huh.
convert everything that I say here into text, and it probably is not in a great usage for people who do not use ChatGPT or Claude to a whole different level. But for me, whose half of my work is being handled by ChatGPT and Claude, so for me and like for a lot of my colleagues as well, where all of us are working as policy analysts, so it becomes very easy for us to convert this into speech into text and then just go ahead with it without having to type all of it. How do I go back here?
Very nice.
Yeah.
I
The
could see this
other
being
two that we
helpful
had
for
discussed.
someone. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
Is this something that you would use?
I was going to say this could even be useful for people who do not read and write. If all you can do is speak, if you're not a person who
It's
writes,
true.
this helps you.
So one it does. So a lot of people in India also are in that education sector where they do not know how to write, right? So so the in fact the very interesting fact is that when Google launched their their speech to text feature, the majority of the users were Indian because they did not know how to type. And I believe in that scenario, this is a very interesting use case because now you can just convert a lot of your speech into text instead of just going on like a Google button and then searching very small amount of information, right?
Hmm.
But then again, let's come to the next tool that we are working upon. So I'm just going to show how I use the tools. Are very basic. I'm using ChatGPT and Claude only, but the way that I use it is a little different than probably what others are using. So there is one thing called the JSON or the JSON. I don't know what exactly is a
It's JSON. You
how
got it.
it's pronounced. It's JSON, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so there is a structure called JSON structure. So usually what happens is that computer is able to understand JSON structure much better compared to what you write as a text. So what I do now is that I convert all my prompts into a JSON structure, and then then I paste it into ChatGPT for it to draft any agreement or like any clause. So
Hmm.
I'll show how it's done. I usually go to Gemini for converting it into JSON structure, and then I just copy paste it into ChatGPT. I'll just quickly show what happens here. Um, yeah,
Okay. Share the screen and I will add it to the stage.
sure. Can you share the screen? Sorry, can you
Yep.
see the screen?
I see it.
I'll just JSON structure for sale date, uh, including all the relevant clause, make it very comprehensive and airtight. Do not leave any legal loophole. Keep it in favor of the vendor. And let's see. You
Wow.
get a decent enough JSON structure. Then I go ahead and I type it in ChatGPT or Claude for that matter. Uh, I have realized that the premium features of ChatGPT and Claude are much better than their free versions. So again, if anyone is using ChatGPT or Claude very extensively, it's highly advisable to take their
Hmm.
like the premium version, because it's the results are poles apart. They are extremely poles apart. So let's go ahead and see what's done. Okay, this is giving a JSON structure. Just a second.
I like it. I'm a fan.
Hmm. So usually I have realized that all the information that I get through JSON structure is much better articulated compared to what I would get through a
Uh-huh.
normal prompt. Uh, like the property details, the fixtures and fittings, all of this would not come in a single prompt at all. So it's easier for me to just go with a JSON structure, specifically because me as a lawyer, I have to consult a lot of people, and a lot of my work requires contract drafting and like contract vetting and redlining. Sorry. So this structure helps me a lot in that as well.
Yeah, as a computer
Let's
programmer,
see.
I find that this JSON structure is much more precise. Human language
Hmm.
is infinite in the ways that you can use it. And, when you ask a lawyer a question and they never say yes or no, they always say it depends because human language is flexible. It always depends. But a computer
It
program is
does.
much more precise. You're going to get the same answer every time. So I like this.
Perfect. Next, we will talk about evat.ai, which is currently one of my favorite uh, s- legal softwares. I'll just quickly show what it looks like. Um, evat is actually made by one of my LinkedIn friends, and it's a very recent software that has been made. It's somewhere in the likes of you could say Legora or Harvey. Probably Harvey is much more advanced, but when you want to use it for like case searching or like making a legal analysis or providing even legal consultation, this software comes very handy. And it got launched probably about a year ago, and since then I've been using it, and all the people that I have recommended evat.ai, they did not know it at first because their marketing team is not doing really well. But then this software, I personally think that it gives much more detailed analysis compared to any other software. Let's see if we can see a free demo of this. I When I was using it last time, it did not have a corporate trial version, but
Ah.
let's see. Continue. This is weird.
Can you tell us what you're typing as you type?
Oh,
So you said,
can you
"Give
not
me
see
the
the screen?
legal." Well,
Huh.
well,
Uh,
I'm also going to be making this available on Apple Podcasts, so people can be listening to it
okay.
without watching.
Sure. So I have just put in a prompt saying, give me the legal analysis of Keswananda Bharti case. Keswananda Bharti is one of the very, very prominent and like very famous cases in India. So, and yeah, it's just thinking about it, and it's going to provide me a detailed legal analysis in a couple of seconds, I believe. Hmm. They've changed the UI UX of this place. So right now we are getting a very detailed response from evat.ai for the Apple people who are going to be listening to this. Um, the reason why I prefer evat.ai compared to ChatGPT or Claude is firstly hallucination. So a lot of times you might have also heard that that ChatGPT has been generating cases on its own, and it's just a fictional case, and you wouldn't know until unless you searched about it. evat.ai is a platform that is specifically trained only on the legal cases, so there is no possibility of it like giving you a fictional case. So that is why in terms of like whenever you want to do a legal research, or if you want to do a legal analysis of any cases, it's always advisable to use this software, because you would not get a fictional case in that scenario. Right now we have received a very good detailed analysis of this. And yeah, the one time when I tried the same prompt, it's a very generic prompt of like give me the legal analysis of case one and the Bharti case. The one time that I tried this in ChatGPT, the information that I was given through ChatGPT was very wrong. So while the basic facts of like who won the case, or probably what the case is about, is right, the details of it is always wrong. So that is why I prefer this over any other software. Another software that I use a lot is, and not a lot, but then I sat in its demo very recently. It's called Akshara.ai, and it's also a similar use case. But wait, I'll just show how it works.
Axara, Axara.
Hmm. It's called Akshara. It is originating from Akshar. Akshar means letter in Hindi.
Ah.
It's like an enterprise level tool, and the yearly subscription, like you can take only yearly subscription for it, and and you can also take like a prompt wise subscription for it. But the way it works is, I'll show you what it does. Sign up. I've logged in through my company ID. That's why I have to log in every time. But let's see if I can show explore a legal draft.
It says, welcome to your investment term sheet writer. What is the investment amount?
Let's say this equity shares. Type of shares.
So you're creating an investment agreement.
Yeah. It was just one of the demos that I have picked here, but it does make a lot of your things easier whenever you are trying to make a very technical document, or like trying to draft a legal notice, in fact. So I'll show how the legal notice is made here as well. This is for a term sheet, but then I'll show how a legal notice is made as well. Just a second. Founders.
The name of the founders separated by commas. Name of investors separated by commas.
Let's say it's Vakil Engine. There are selections. Okay. Generate term sheet.
It says you can build your own drafting tools and you can use your own templates.
it has a lot of templates inbuilt in it. So when I was taking a demo for Akshara, they showed me how they were making a legal notice. So it had a lot of columns there, wherein you could put in the company's name and just a second, let me show this. Yeah. So this is the term sheet that they have made, and it's something that you can use. Actually, officially you can use this. The way this works is that you could, since the inbuilt features are already there, you could directly email this to your client, or you could request changes. So how this software works is that you're supposed to take a subscription for it, obviously, but then once you take a subscription for it, it gets integrated into your system, in your all the softwares that are attached to your laptop, and then you would see it inbuilt in all your Word docs, in your Google Doc, and it would be extremely easy for you to send this over to your client, rather than going through emails and sending emails again and again, and then it getting lost, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I'll show what other things are available here. Let's see. Their contract building feature is amazing. I'll see if they have a demo for that as well.
I could see you building something like this for your own people as you're trying to help the people who are not getting access to like justice or whatever. You would make different templates for them, like how to
We do.
dispute the raise in rent prices or something. So you'd
So
create a
we are
little
trying
AI
to make
chatbot.
one. Yeah, we had one for Buckwill as well. So we had one AI chatbot. Currently we are working on it to improve more upon it, and we are providing like all sorts of database to it for it to become a very good like a software that could provide you very good legal analysis. So in probably like a couple of months we would be shipping out one. Right now, I cannot see the demo for their contract drafting and their legal notice place. I would probably I would put in a link for both of these in the LinkedIn comment section if I find one. But when I saw the demo for this software, then they had at that point they had one for legal notice and one for contract drafting. So the way it
Okay.
worked was that you were just supposed to put in the contract party's name and all of it. But the very innovative feature that they provided, that I do not see in even Harvey or Legora, is that they ask you where, like, from which side you are working. So they would make contract that was specialized for you in and favoring you. So let's say if you were the vendor and you are just using an AI tool, it would probably not give you a document that would be in favor of you. It would be somewhat neutral. But the way this works is that they provide a customization of how you can make it skewed in your favor, and then the contract that they provide, or the template that they provide, is much more beneficial to you compared to other platforms. But yeah, other one software that I use extensively, specifically me as I also work as a policy analyst for one of the governmental political parties, and one software that I use a lot there is Notebook LM. I'll show you what it looks like. Right. Again, I'll have to sign in here.
Notebooklm.google.com.
Hmm. So this is Notebook LM. What it does is that it takes in a lot of your sources, and then you can chat through it. Now, how is it different from ChatGPT? Is that ChatGPT has a very limited capacity of the all the PDFs that it is going to intake. In Notebook LM, you could provide a much wider range of PDFs, and then you can chat through all of these PDFs. So, like for example, if I put in probably like 6 to 10 different documents here, and I want to ask what is the what let's say I provide the event description for 10 different events, and I provide a PDF for it. All of this is extending like 300 pages because it's a national event. And then I ask what is the safety and security measures that is being taken through all these events. It will be able to go through each and every document, and it would provide you a very consolidated answer. So where I use this, I don't think I used it in this account, but I'll show what it looked like in my other account. I think it was in Word. Um, um I hope it's here, and it's hmm. Anyways, I think the account that I worked with was a different account. But then again, you get the gist, right? So you're able to put in a lot of your PDFs, and then you're able to chat through all of these PDFs in one place. And the capacity of this is extremely larger compared to ChatGPT or Claude.
Hmm.
Another feature that I use from ChatGPT and Claude is their project feature, which I'll show the Claude project here. It's taking a while to start. I don't know why. But while it's here. So you are supposed to go into the project section here, and um let's see, projects. Uh why cannot I see the project? Just a second. Oh, so in ChatGPT, there is a project feature. You can, let's say, I put in Justin, Justin webinar as a project name. I create a project here. And now this project is entirely for you. So here I can add files. Let's say I have taken on your legal marketing posts as a gig, as a side gig. So all the documents, all the images, code files, etc., whatever, I can paste it here, and I can then chat through all these files. So what I usually like to do is that let's say I get a client for their legal marketing services. I provide their all the LinkedIn posts that they have made so far. I put I put it in a document. I add the file here, and then I just ask ChatGPT that, hey, this is the writing tone that this person has. Let's say this is the writing tone that Justin has, and uh, I want a LinkedIn post on, let's say, how the legal system in India is not accessible to a lot of people, and then it would provide me a LinkedIn post in your tone, right? And this is not just limited to LinkedIn. I like to use it for various different use cases as well. So, like for example, what I like to do is I would uh, it's I would provide all my research papers to it, on a particular topic, and then I would say that, hey ChatGPT, these are all the research papers that I have worked upon so far, and I want to concise it and then make it into one bundle, and then this would be the entire project for it. So why I personally feel this is much better compared to how people use GPT in their new chat feature, is because you can again visit this project again and again instead of like scrolling down, down, down. So and there is this one new project that is already there. There is one this project already there. There is this project already there. So you're able to access it much more easily, and then you're able to, generate all the information that is being provided by ChatGPT. It's going to be in one project itself. So it just becomes much more easier and efficient for you to use it. Um, let's see if
That's a good
Claude.
one. I like that.
Have you ever used it?
No, I didn't even know about it.
Oh, you did not.
I
This
think
is
I'll
one of
use it
the
immediately.
this is a good feature. A lot of people, I think, they do not know about this, despite the fact that this is, very blatantly put in front of you. But then, because people are used to just prompting AI, they do not see the other use cases that these softwares are providing. So, like, for example, if you go to the explore section of these GPTs, you'll find a bunch of GPTs that are extremely good at what they do. So you see all of these: Expedia, Video by InVideo. Uh, this is one GPT that I use a lot. All of this is inbuilt in ChatGPT. Had you, there is this one Merlin. I'll just show.
Merlin.
If
Oh.
the Yeah, Merlin is basically for making visual elements. So if, let's say, you wanted to show a flowchart, Merlin is a good tool for it. Uh, Brainstorm, refine. Okay, let this Merlin GPT. So usually what happens is that if you try to get Merlin GPT through like normal Google searching, it's a paid product. But if you use it through Chat GPT, it becomes free for you. So that's how you hack through a lot of these tools that are actually paid, but then you can access them for free through ChatGPT. Um, big uh, I'm a big user of Scholar GPT. So what it does is that it provides you information that are backed by research papers. So all the information that you would be getting through this would be hyperlinked to some sources, and all of these would be actual sources than ChatGPT just hallucinating about it. So one of the features that I use from ChatGPT is this. Then I try to use humanize AI a lot, because I see a lot of my posts have become very AI soundish sort of. So I try to humanize it. Then one good tool that I have been using recently for a lot of my research papers as well is Parse AI. Let's see if it's coming. Just a second. So what Pass AI does is that, let's say you generated a report. You asked ChatGPT to research upon a particular topic, and it gave you some generic information and all of it. Now you want it. If you are a college student, you would probably know that it goes through plagiarism software and all. So what Pass AI does, it that not only it does humanize it, but then a lot of time when you use an online humanizer tool, it does not work. So Pass AI, I cannot see it here. Probably I would show it from the Google sidebar. But then Pass AI, what it does is that it converts it into a document that would not be detected as a AI generated document. So I
Oh,
personally
that's
use it.
cheating.
I used it a lot. Yeah, but then I used it a lot in my college. It's again, for someone, and for students in India who have like 60 subjects throughout their law school, and they are required to provide in a lot of project papers. All of this is supposed to be non AI generated. So while obviously you are supposed to put in your own effort, but there are at times that I personally feel that whenever you write it by your own through your own words as well, there are times that it gets detected as AI written, probably not the entirety of it, but some percentage of it. And now all these colleges have put in a very small threshold of AI percentage. Despite the fact that you have already written it on your own, it is still being detected as AI. So I try to just convert those lines into something non AI written through Pass AI. Uh, right now I cannot see it here. Probably
Mm.
should be somewhere here. Pass AI. Hmm.
I went to law
And this
school
is.
around 2010. So
It's been a while for you.
this is a new world for me for seeing that what you're using for law school. When I was in law school, the biggest thing that we had was that while the professor was lecturing, we all had like a Google Doc open and everybody
Hmm.
was taking notes at the same exact document. So we all took notes together. And then when the teacher would ask or the professor would ask a question, he would say, "Mr. Terman, what do you think about ABC?" And whoever knew the answer would write it in the Google Doc. So all I had to do was look at the
Oh
Google
wow.
Doc and be like, "Well, professor, here's what I think."
But did you have a speech to text feature at that time in the Google Doc?
uh, no, it wasn't that good. No, it required like 100 of us typing all at the same time.
So, how we took notes in our college, I just very recently graduated through my college. So, there would always be some people in the front benches because the professor's voice would not go towards the end, towards the back seats. So,
Mm.
the way it would go was there would be one guy who would be sitting in the first bench, and then they would be they would just switch the speech to text feature on for like for their Google document, and all the entire lecture would then be converted into a very good well formatted notes, and then it would be passed around throughout our class, and then people would read from it and then study from it for their examination. But that's how we passed our semester, because uh throughout colleges we did not have a lot of material that we could use it for our examination, and the books that were present were extremely thick, so it was not possible for us to go through the entire book in one go before the
Mm.
examination. So these notes used to come very handy. But yeah, so the last tool that I would be discussing today would be otter.ai. I think this one is pretty famous, but what it does is that it takes a transcript of your entire meetings. So right now, the meeting that we are having, had this been a Gmeet, then the entire transcript for that meeting would be available to you post that meeting in your Gmail as a document through Otter. So it just creates a very well formatted transcript for you, word by word, and then it provides like sort of how do I explain this? Uh, in a concise manner, it would just take out all the relevant information of that meeting and then provide it to you in a different document, and both
Like
these documents would be attached in your Gmail.
a transcript,
And
a
yeah, the
summary.
yeah, summary. That was the word that I forgot. But these were all the tools that I've been using so far, and I hope that helped. I'll just stop sharing my screen as of now. uh
Amazing. So you're
and
starting
yeah,
where you
it's
are,
coming.
using what you have. We don't
I
have to
am.
go straight to the most expensive fancy tools. You can use the free things. You
Mhm.
discover and you explore and you find like, oh, they have extra features that most people don't know, and you use what you have.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to. The only paid tool that I would highly recommend taking is either ChatGPT or Claude, any of these. But apart from that, I think a lot of things, especially as an individual lawyer, I think you can, you know, you can use the free tools instead of going to very expensive AI tools. And I've been using these, and they have been working fine for me so far.
Hmm. All right. And I had a whole list of questions that I was
Sure,
thinking about asking,
let's get
but like,
started.
uh, um, what is your dream about where you want to go from here? Like, what are next steps for you?
So, right now, where we are at Workwell, we are building something. We are building an AI chatbot for it. We are building, like, we are trying to convert it into a legal chatbot sort of, and something like ChatGPT, but for lawyers, specifically for lawyers. So currently, we are working upon it. Probably in like a couple of months, we will ship it, and then we'll see where it goes. And apart from that, we are building some courses for Vakul as well, wherein people can come and people can get very practical knowledge on some of the important legal topics. So like for example, intellectual property, it's one of the major sectors of legal department, right? So we are building courses on that. We are building courses on contract drafting. All of this would be introduced to, like, it would be in public in a couple of months, and just slowly and gradually we are working upon it, and from
Hmm,
there let's see where it goes.
that's interesting. Yeah. I
One thing
I
that I'm
recent
very
yeah.
pardon. No, I'm very
Uh,
excited about the chatbot thing, the AI for lawyers. It's so like how you have Harvey and Legora in US, there is no similar legal software tool in India. One is the few that are present here, they are available only at the enterprise level. They are not available to people, like to individual people. So we are trying to bridge that gap, and we hope that probably everyone would be able to use it instead of just the enterprises and the big organizations.
hmm. And so when you say that you're doing courses for like intellectual property and such, will you be including in your courses resources like what you just showed now? Will there be a part of like legal practice is changing, and so you're going to be showing them how to use the AI tools in
We
conjunction
will.
with their work?
We will. So, like the way that we have made our courses is that, like for intellectual property specifically, if we are talking about, so there is a lot of courses in the market just tell you the theoretical aspect of it, that what is it, what it is supposed to do, how you can, how, how to understand some of the trademarks, how to search for a trademark and all of it. But we are trying to make it into a very practical course, wherein after the course you are even able to file for a trademark or like file for a patent. So that way we are trying to be a little different from the current market, and I hope it works out in the near future. Similarly, for our other courses as well, we are trying to make it as practical as it is, as it can be, because at the end of the day, the theory aspect you can get from any college. The only difference that you can make through a course is when you bring in the practical aspect for it. So we are trying to bridge that.
Ah, so when you say you're building courses, now it sounds to me like you're targeting students who are
I
learning.
am.
And and the feeling that I got from you when you were showing the tools was um, legal training is going to have to change. It is stuck in the past, and the students are maybe struggling with it because it's not meeting their actual needs for where the technology is going. So you have
Hmm.
identified that there's a need for these kinds of courses, and you are going to start building these courses to help the next generation of lawyers.
We are trying to do the same thing. So,
Interesting.
if you are in college, usually specifically in India, what happens here is that a lot of these professors, they discourage you to use AI, and I understand their point of view as well, because you are supposed to put in your own effort, which makes sense. But then the fact is that at an age where we are right now, if you can do something efficiently, I personally believe that you should do it efficiently. So either you change the way that you are teaching, or you change the kind of assignments that you are giving. Because if it is able to be completed by an AI tool, then probably that is not the assignment that you want to give. It's just you know a kind of like a question answer thing. What you want to test is their legal analysis. So for that, you can probably test the students. But apart from it, if you're going to discourage the students from using any AI tool, I think that that is not something that should be done, because at the end of the day, it's only making you efficient, right?
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I see a lot of gaps in the current education. Um, I was approached by a lawyer. It was like 2 weeks ago now. She was a lawyer for like 20 years, and then she saw ChatGPT come out, and she said, "Ooh, I need to learn that, and I need to pivot toward using technology as a lawyer." So she took a course in prompting. It was like prompt engineering for lawyers, and the course took her 18 months to take. She said she loved the course. It taught her thousands of like tricks, how to ask the ChatGPT exactly the right way to get the answer that she wanted. She then wanted to switch to like working in process to help lawyers to improve their processes. And so she said she was going to do it herself first. She was going to improve her own processes using ChatGPT. But she sat down at ChatGPT, and she said she had no idea how to apply what she learned, prompt engineering, to her actual work. She said like she learned all the theory,
Hmm.
but she didn't learn anything practical. She doesn't know how to identify her processes, and she doesn't know how to improve a process. So I told her what she needed was the basics
Mhm.
of identifying problems, mapping out processes, and learning how to
Mhm.
improve things more efficiently. And that's before technology. That's just learning the basic. That's learning workflows. It's the basic thing of how a computer works. Like, so yeah, I decided to create my own course that teaches like workflows for lawyers, how to make a process.
Mhm. That's available on YouTube, right? We talked about it in our last session
Mhm.
as well. Are you talking about the AI automation tools that you made? Not the AI ones,
Mhm.
but the automation tools that you made.
Well, even before applying automation, you have to know what are we automating.
Hmm.
We don't just automate, air. We need to be able to look at what is it that lawyers do. Lawyers need to take in some facts. Okay, where do those facts come from? Well, they come from the client. Well, how does the client know which facts to give you? The client might just give
Hmm.
you some random email. They don't know what to give you, right? So maybe if you can identify
Mhm.
that, like, well, there's certain kinds of situation. There's a criminal act, or there's something like a civil kind of an act. So we need to ask the client, like, which one is it? And if it's criminal, then there's only certain kinds of crimes. There's like financial crime, or I don't know. There's different kinds. So you have to be able to categorize it and be able to get them instead of just a random email. Because even if you took that random
Mhm.
email and you said, "Here, ChatGPT, here's a random email I got from a client," how do you know that the email has enough information? You don't. So I
Hmm.
would say instead of us taking random emails, maybe we do something like a set of forms asking certain questions, like Is it criminal? Is it civil? And you get down to it, and then the client gives you the exact data points that you need. And then after we have this, you might then connect it with a chatbot and have the chatbot guide them through a conversation. But at this point now, your chatbot isn't going to be hallucinating. Because you can imagine, right? If you said, let's just give the client a chatbot right now, the chatbot doesn't know what to ask. It doesn't have context. It doesn't know all the laws. But yeah, so my thing is that we need to design things with intent. We need to think things through. We need to get the basics in place. And then we bring in technology.
That's true. I think a lot of this can be since I had the session with you last time. For those who don't know and for those who are online right now, Justin has a lot of automation tools that he uses in his workflows. Now, what it does is that these are not AI tools, but these are automation tools. So it makes the processes easy without even using AI in the first place. Because like we have been, we have been trained to ask what is the AI use case for it, or like what is the AI solution for it. But at a lot of places you do not even require AI in the first place, and that I believe is what Justin is trying to achieve. He has automated a lot of things that do not require you getting into any of these fancy tools, but then these are very simple tools that make your processes very easier. There are a couple of videos related to it on YouTube as well. You can go ahead and check it out. It's present on Justin's YouTube handle. It is also present on Justin's LinkedIn handle. You can go and check one of his any of his events for that matter, and you'll understand what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, so I like it. I think we're all applying our own experience, our own skills. So start where you are and just start exploring and use the tools that you have. There's no excuse anymore not to, right?
Right. I think I personally like to jump into AI a lot because again I come from a Gen Z culture. You being much more senior to me, you would like to use automation a lot. But
I'm a
both of it
millennial.
is working.
Yeah.
Both of it is working. So start where you are.
Well, thank you very much. The name of your company is Vaquil. Is it spelled
It's Vaquil, yes.
VAQUILL?
Yes, it is spelled that way. So the reason behind taking this name is that, and a lot of people do not know this, but vakil is a word that signifies lawyers in Hindi, and quill is the feather that you write with in earlier times. So since we started as a blog, we started the name as Vaquil because it was like an integration of lawyers and writing. So that's how the name got made.
Oh, nice. Well, I like it. Okay, so if anybody wants to connect with you, are you open to connecting with people?
I am. You can shoot me a DM on LinkedIn as well. Otherwise, there is my Instagram channel. It's attached to my LinkedIn profile as well. You can go ahead and check it out. There is also my Twitter handle. There are a couple of videos that I've posted on YouTube as well. You can go ahead and check it out. The best way to connect with me would be through LinkedIn DMs or through my email ID. Both of these are attached on my LinkedIn profile.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Arshita Anand. Um, I find it interesting that you wanted to come on and share your secrets about how you use the AI. And I think it's extremely helpful to everybody else. Even myself, I learned. I learned a thing or two from you. So thank you for that. And thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much for hosting me. You have been an amazing host so far, and I hope we can continue collaborating in future as well. For the viewers that are probably watching this right now, please go ahead and check Justin's channel out. It has a lot of informational content there, and I'm pretty sure you will be taking a lot of information and a lot of use cases from those tools. And yeah, let's wrap this up then.
You're too kind. All right. Then, as I always do when I'm wrapping up these podcasts, I always wish the viewers a good day and happy automating.